Okay, I'm just gonna be real with you. I fell off, and I fell off hard. I stopped working out. I gained a few pounds, and I just stopped showing up for myself. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, I just lost the version of me that I was becoming. I kept telling myself, I'll get back on track tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes, and I'm like, I'll get back on track tomorrow. So tomorrow just kept slipping away from me. But I've decided I'm no longer staying in that rut. I'm choosing me, the rebirth of the woman I was becoming, the woman that I refuse to give up on. So, welcome to my reset, my comeback era. Welcome back to my channel. Oh my God, guys, it's been so long. I know y'all miss me and I miss you too. But don't worry, I am back like I never left. Welcome. So, this is probably one of the most honest videos I've ever made. And no, there's no aesthetics, nothing. It's just me telling you my truth. Over the past few months, I stopped showing up for myself. I stopped caring for myself, and not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I was exhausted, overwhelmed. Life just got heavy, and I kept putting myself last. Every day, I felt myself just slipping further and further away from the woman I was becoming. The disciplined version of me, the soft, gentle, and intentional version of me, the version of me who was becoming her, the best version of myself. And honestly, it was embarrassing to admit that I failed myself. I really did. So I couldn't come on here on YouTube and talk about being disciplined and, renewing your mindset and all of that good stuff. I would just be pretending, right? And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to come on here and lie. No, I'm going to give you the real every single time. Now, let me tell you the exact moment it hit me. I was walking by a mirror one day, just, not doing anything specifically, just walking by, and I glanced at myself and I realized that my thighs were a bit thicker. And I knew I gained a few pounds, right? I knew I could feel it, right? But I walked past that mirror and I noticed like my thighs were thicker. Like, I could see the thickness in my thighs. And my first thought was, don't you dare step on that scale. Because I knew it. And I knew once I jumped on that scale and that number passed a certain amount, I know I was going to be so sad and depressed about it. So I didn't until maybe a week later or so. I finally did step on the scale, and the number confirmed everything that I was trying to avoid. And that's when I was like, girl, you gotta get your together. In that moment, it wasn't just about the weight gain, it was how far I had drifted away from myself, right? I wasn't inspired, I wasn't motivated. I had no desire to show up for myself at all. And that mirror, that day was my wake up call. Now, you may ask, what's my reset plan? I'm doing a detox, not a food detox, a life detox. Here's how I'm restarting. First thing I'm doing is detoxing my thoughts. For those of you who've been here for a while, you know that I love to journal. So I'm journaling my feelings. I'm getting everything out. Why I fell off. What hurt me? What was I scared of? How do I prevent this from happening again? Who do I want to become? What habits do I need to create to become her? And it was uncomfortable because I had to dig deep inside. And the more I wrote, the more I realized that I was carrying a lot of weight that wasn't physical. There are a lot of things that I have to work on internally to become the best version of myself. Yeah, but I'm taking it one day at a time, so we'll get there. Journaling and detoxing my thoughts, it just made me face myself. There was no judgment, it was just me, pen and paper, right? So that's one of the ways that I'm resetting. Another thing that I'm doing, which is quite important to me, is detoxing my spirit. Let me tell you, when I drift from God, everything falls apart and it happens every single time. I'm telling you, never fails. So now I'm giving him back my time. If I have only 10 minutes to pray or read a scripture, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to continue to pray. I'm going to continue to read my Bible every day. And I'm going to sit in stillness and just be present in the moment so I can hear his voice. Because before I can do anything else, before I can become the better version of me, I have to go to the source. He created me after all, right? Another thing is detoxing my routines. I didn't fall off because I lacked discipline. I don't think that's where my issue was. I I fell off because I lacked structure. So I created routines that I can actually stick to. For instance, I love walking early in the mornings, but because the time is cold right now and your girl is not going outside in this cold to walk, so I got a walking pad and that has been working for me. I like it. It's not the same as, being outside and being in nature, but it's working for now until the time gets warmer. So I wake up early in the mornings and I spend an hour on my walking pad before I get myself prepared for work. Yeah, things that I can actually stick to and maintain while on my journey. Baby steps, one thing at a time. Another thing I did was detox my space. When I tell you your environment reflects your state of mind, it truly does. When I looked around and saw piles of laundry, like, really? Like, I was like, no, no, no. Shamik, this is not you. I was in survival mode, right? I had to get out of that. So I decluttered my space. I got rid of things that was no longer useful to me. I donated a lot of items. I renovated. I redecorated and got rid of all the junk in my kitchen cupboards. And you guys know I love to have candles around the house. So whenever I'm home in the daytime, I would light my candles and just be present in the moment. And when I tell you, the place feels so much lighter. It's like a burden just lifted off my shoulders. And I'm in a really good space. Small wins, but they reminded me that I'm still in control. I'm still in control of my life, where I want to be, where I want to go, the things that I want to accomplish, right? I still have control. Okay, I'm also detoxing my body. And no, I'm not going on any special diet. I'm not going to starve myself. I'm not going to punish myself. I'm choosing healthy meals, more protein, more fiber, fruits and vegetables. I'm also increasing my water intake because let me tell you, your girl was eating everything in sight. Platin chips. In Jamaica, we have something called bula. Bula and butter was my thing. We have something called lasco. Lasco and crackers. Ooh, love, love, love. But I have to put those aside. No binging, no emotional eating, because God knows, oh my God, once stress hits me, I grab for anything and everything. I'm working on it though. I'm working on it. Your girl is getting better, okay? This is not so much about weight loss, it's about giving my body the love that it needs. After all, hello, my body's the Lord's temple. I have to take care of it. Okay, one important thing that I've done is detox my phone. When I tell you I downloaded some apps and was just watching a whole lot of nonsense, things that wasn't doing anything for me, they weren't teaching me anything, they weren't, making my life better in any way. So I deleted those apps and I've muted, or should I say, removed some contacts. And I've also, you know how you have your journal, your physical journal, you have the journal app on your phone. So in that journal on my phone, I have my daily habits that I'm committing to, my prayers, my affirmations, and a few of my goals are there. So doing this, I get to control what I consume. I want to consume things that are going to make me better, things that are educational, things of value, right? So these are some of the things that I have done and is still currently doing, and things have been looking up so far. So if you're watching and you feel like you've lost yourself too, you're not alone. You're not alone. And it's okay to reset your entire life. But the choice is yours to make. You don't need a new year. You don't need a new month. You don't need a new Monday. You can choose today, right here, right now, to reset your life and start all over. It's never too late. Don't ever tell yourself that it's too late to make any changes in your life. Just know you're not doing this alone. I'm right here with you. We're rebuilding together. So let me know in the comments what part of your life you're restarting. And if you'd like to continue on this journey with me, I'd love to have you here. So go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, and share with your friends and family. This is Journey to 40. Peace and blessings.